Dragon Q6A is a surprisingly affordable and capable SBC from Radxa, based on Qualcomm Dragon Wing QCS6490 chip. It has an NPU that can be used for LLM inference acceleration, but doing so is not easy. After about 1 week of debugging, my eyes are Linux red, but it was worth it. First, I will tell you step by step what you need to do. And second, I will go over the things that did not work. Trust the process, don't skip ahead. You will waste more time this way. It's a short video. You'll want to start with a clean Radxa Ubuntu image. The one I have here is R2 flash to UFS storage. First we execute this command that will turn off suspend, because the board has a very annoying tendency to suspend after about 10 minutes on SSH. Next, we're gonna do sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get install a bunch of useful stuff. Next, create a virtual environment and activate it. There is requirements.txt in GitHub gist. So let's do pip install -r requirements.txt. The QAI app builder, it also has requirements.txt, but for some reason it's woefully incomplete. So I'm just saving you some time by basically creating another requirements.txt. Now we're installing Qualcomm AI Runtime SDK, or QART, also known under less awkward to pronounce name QNM. Without a Qualcomm account, you can only download the most recent version, although for me, this version is 2.42. Why is that? I don't know, but if you need the historical versions, it seems like you need a valid Qualcomm ID and then you'll need to download it through Qualcomm Package Manager. In this case, I'm using 242, so let's download that. Alright, SDK is downloaded and I also unzipped it. The SDK is now on the QAIRT and then version. We're going to add these environmental variables to our bash RC, so we don't need to retype them every time. Alright, great. So added the variables and sourced the bash RC. Next, we're going to clone the AI Engine Direct Helper. It is basically a collection of apps built on top of QNN, both in Python and C++. The one that we are really interested in is Genie API service. Let's install QAI app builder with pip. For the sake of reproducibility, the commit hash I have here now is on the screen is F479BD4, and QAI builder pip package version is 2.40. Alright, now let's get the precompiled models. We are going to install the model scope, which is basically a Chinese clone of Hugging Face. And then download the model using this command. I suggest you also quickly test the model to make sure that everything works fine. In my case, it does. Alright, so we already have the virtual environment activated and we have the variables exported. Now we want to copy the model into AI Engine Direct Helper samples Genie Python models directory and change a few file names. So this is a very annoying part. It feels like the things should work out of the box, but alas, maybe next time. Finally, we can run this magical command, and indeed we are successful and we have the API running on this port. By the way, it also tries for some reason to download tokenizers for these two models. We're not going to be using those models, so just let it download if you can, or create dummy files there. Okay, so we are going to quickly test this with a web UI Python. Awesome. There we go. And let's do that and test. Select the model. That's the only one. Well, there we go. Since it's OpenAI compatible API, you can actually point what you want towards that endpoint. And as a cherry on top, Edge Impulse models also can now be run with the QNN acceleration. You can try them by installing Edge Impulse Linux Runner and using Force Target Runner Linux R64 QNN. Voila! Amazing! Now, as I promised, the things that didn't work. Using Hexagon with llama.cpp did not work for 6490 chip. The NPU architecture version 68 is not supported by the Hexagon delegate in llama.cpp, and there is no plan to support it. It works great for newer chips like IQ9075 with NPU architecture V73. So, for example, another Radxa's dev kit, Airbox Q900, will work great like that. Another thing that does not work is models from semi-official website Applux. You might notice that Qwen 2.5 there is only available for QNN version 229. The version mismatch is too large. And what's worse, it won't tell you it crashes because of the version mismatch, which is something to keep in mind if you're trying to do this at some later point in time. Make sure that all versions are aligned as much as humanly possible. What about the other models? There is a conversion process from PyTorch models, but that's a topic for a whole another video. What I think is a better option is a C++ version of Genie API service, which makes it possible to directly use GGUF format models. Subscribe to see when I make that work.